Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Geopolitics would remain GWR. And I've been seeing a lot of hyperbolic titles on YouTube from alternative media that there is some kind of American-Israeli split. And, that America is more or less done with Israel, right? Or decoupling, which is horseshit. They literally just voted in the Senate that the American and Israeli army or military are supposed to be like merged into one, and they should share each other's secrets and all of that stuff, intelligence, etc. So how are they decoupling when they're even getting closer? No, I have said this before and I say it again. America and Israel are one and the same. I repeat it again. There's a lot of, especially white Americans and white Europeans in this space who want to blame everything on Israel and blame everything on the Jews. And they don't want, it's like they don't want to take accountability for their governments, for their people. I mean, at the end of the day, it's us, people here in the West, right? It's not just white Europeans. I think it's every citizen in these countries, regardless if they're, white or not, that we all have a responsibility in this. We all buy Apple. We all buy, we consume in this economy, and we pretty much feed the profits of a lot of these Zionists. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I think you should boycott wherever you can boycott. But, it's also us, on us. You know what I mean? But yeah, the reason why I mentioned a lot of these white people in the alternative media space, because I noticed they're the ones who often push this, as if Israel is like this foreign element to the United States. Like, no, America's just this bumbling retard who, pardon my language, but this bumbling retard that just lacks decision making, and then oh, everything is the fault of the Jews and blah blah blah. No, as I've said before, majority of Zionists are not even Jewish, right? It's most of them are white evangelical Christians. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are back into a slow, protracted war, where America and Iran are doing concessions here and there, I guess. Iran wanted to sign the MOU also to empty its storage facilities of oil, because if they don't, they have to close down their oil wells, and that is not an easy thing to start up again. So I can understand why Iran signed the MOU to a certain extent, but America, the problem is here, America is never going to abide by its side, right? You can't, you can't trust these people. They keep breaking promises, and this is what America does, right? It says, okay, we're signing to this, but Israel is breaking the rules here. No, Israel is your proxy. You're feeding them weapons. You're feeding them intelligence. Every bomb they drop is possible because of American help. So keep that in mind. Every time there's this rift between Israel and America, I promise you, and even the policy paper, Which Path to Persia, talked about that, it is to appear as if America is the innocent player here, and Israel is this bad cop, right? Good cop, bad cop relationship that they have. They just can't be held back. And by the way, if there even was a rift, you think that they would openly admit that? No way. There's no way they would, because that would be extremely harmful. And if the Iranians are like banking on this so-called rift, then you're pretty fucking stupid. There is no rift between the United States and Israel. They are one and the same. America was born as a settler colony, okay? Just like New Zealand, just like Australia, just like Israel, okay? They have the same mentality, and that is to slaughter, occupy, and steal, cheat, and do whatever you can, right? To make profits. So, yeah. Those are the cold-hearted facts. I know it's uncomfortable to hear. Just like when I say it's uncomfortable to hear for the Arabs, right? Most of these Arab nations are an embarrassment, literally an embarrassment. Shout out to Yemen, though, and then the Shiites of southern Lebanon and Iraq. You are definitely on the right side of history. But the rest of the Arab world is docile, it is complacent, and in many cases working, directly with the Israelis, right? Look at Morocco, look at the Gulf states, especially the UAE. I mean, Jesus Christ, these guys have no shame. They do it openly. They're also involved in the genocide in Sudan, where they are helping the RSF to slaughter black African ethnicities. So keep that in mind. I never understood why people take such pride in going to the UAE, especially Muslims, Arabs, and Africans. Like, what is it with this plastic OnlyFans capital that you like? Maybe because you're perverts. Who knows? Who knows? That is a devilish, demonic city. And what do we have on the Eastern Front? Russia is making gains on the battlefield in Ukraine, but it cannot stop Ukraine's drone attacks. However, I believe that those drone attacks are not enough to defeat Russia. They're inflicting pain, though. Absolutely they are. I'm not going to be delusional about that. But what do I think is going on here? I think that Vladimir Putin and the Russian government and the defense ministry and all of that, they're planning something big. Remember, the Russians can be slow to respond. They seem to be pretty good planners in some regards, but I think that eventually they're going to have enough, and they're going to start striking European weapons manufacturing cities. Not cities, sites, my bad. And I was watching the Duran, and they said that Vladimir Putin expected that this war would last until 2030, and Russia will win in 2030, basically. And it will be around the time when we will have a major war with Russia here in Europe. So around 2029, 2030-ish, something like that. So yeah, that's how I see it. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it.